Hi, I'm Zoe Clark, and I'm going to show you now how to apply bronzer and highlighter so you can contour your face just like Sarah Jessica Parker. There are lots of different bronzers out there. There are more creamy ones, there are more powdery ones. Again, it depends on your skin texture. If your skin is a little bit more oily, I tend to go more towards a more powdery bronzer. If your skin's more dry, I'd go for something a little bit more oilier. But I'm going to use a more powdery product right now because Shabil's skin tends to be a little bit more on the oily side. Again, I wouldn't go for any bronzer that's too dark or too shiny. Again, if your skin is if you're a little bit more mature and you don't want to show up any little fine wrinkles that you have, don't use anything that's too shiny because it'll show up all your wrinkles and you certainly don't want that. So when I'm using a bronzer, I'll tend to go for a slightly smaller brush, something like this, rather than the big powder brush. And I'll always start in the forehead because naturally the sun comes down and hits you on the forehead. And this is particularly good if you've got a high forehead because you can narrow your forehead down. So I'm going to start up here and I'm just going to do little sweeps like this. And I'm bringing it down the temples, working towards the center of the forehead like that. Again, I'm going to apply a little bit on either side of the temples so it doesn't look strange where it's just like a blob up here and nothing there. Now, the key thing is that your cheekbone goes across your face like that. It doesn't drop down. And this is very important as we get older because we don't want to make our face look even more droopy. So we're going to actually take the brush and work straight from the ear and just gently dust it across towards the inside, towards the nose basically. And again, we don't want it to look stripy because that can look very artificial. And again, we're just doing the same thing on the other sides. Both sides have to be the same, if possible. And then just around the eye area, if say you're a little bit paler, if you've been wearing sunglasses and you don't want that sort of ski goggly look, we're just going to put a tiny little bit there. And again, if you want to sharpen your jawline, we're going to add a little bit underneath the jaw, like that, so that from the side it looks natural. So it goes like this, it's lovely and soft, and underneath here. Your face should never ever be darker than your neck. It should, if anything, be the other way around. Very subtle. And that's how you do it. Another thing, just to highlight the top of the cheekbone, you can get lots of different types of highlighters. You can get powders, you can get creams as well, but I'm going to use, again, a powdery one now. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of a shimmer just to the top of the cheekbone there and at the main points on her face, front here and so on. And that gives you that nice little dewy look. So if you just move your face, you can see it there. And that's how you do contouring.